Okay, so you are on this video because something went wrong in your independent practice for these two problems. So what I'm going to do is actually go over each one pretty quickly just so you can check your work and see where you went wrong. So number one says 60% of students in Arkansas said that they believe Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. I don't know what's wrong with the other 40% of you guys, but anyways. Of those students, 15% said that LeBron James is their favorite basketball player. What percent of students in Arkansas said that LeBron James is their favorite basketball player? So in your notes, here's what you needed. You needed the part, the percent, and the whole. Now, what you should have had was your whole was 60% because we want to know what's 15% of 60% to find how many kids total. So my whole should have been 60% and the part should have been 15%. Now, I would convert 60% to 6/10 because that's 60 hundredths, which is the same as 6/10. And 15% is just 15 hundredths. So that's the first thing that you should have had in your notes. Okay, so maybe you caught what you did wrong, maybe you didn't. Anyways, then you wrote your equation and substituted correctly. So you should have had your whole as 6/10 and your percent as 15 hundredths. And then actually multiplied the two numbers. So this gives me 15 hundredths times 6/10. Again, when we multiply decimals, here I have two numbers behind the decimal. Here I have one number behind the decimal, so total is 3 numbers behind the decimal. So here's what we're going to do. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 1 times 6 is 6 plus 3. That's 9. Okay, so interesting. We need 3 numbers behind the decimal. It's going to give me 1, 2, and I'm going to add a third, which means here what I get is technically 9 hundredths. So we're going to do 9 hundredths times, obviously, 100%, and that gives me 9% because I moved the decimal twice. So what you should have had for the first one was 9%. And for the next one, same thing. Your whole should have been 90%. Your percent should have been 40%, and you converted that to 9/10 and 4/10. And here, the part equals the percent times the whole. Please make sure that you substituted correctly, and you know that the operation between them is multiplication. So what I want you to make sure of is to go back to your notes and make sure that your work is correct and fix where you went wrong in both of these problems.